Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we'll be taking a look at this Cauldron Paladin deck that I whipped up. We just got done playing Kiwii and Bacon's like mech Cauldron Paladin, mech Brewmaster Paladin, which I will of course have links in the description to, and links on the Hearthstone deck article of course. Go check theirs out. I think their deck's really fun. They've got Mechano Eggs, War Gears in there. It's super strong, and like I said, a whole bunch of fun. This Witch's Cauldron in Odd Paladin is truly legit. What I've got here though is, after playing the mech version, I just wanted to experiment around with a non-mech version just to see the kind of differences with things. So all I did was take a list up from HS Replay, one that looked pretty nice, and I cut two cards from it. I cut one of the Akaris veterans, and there was a one-of Stormwind champion in there as well. And I think if you've watched myself play Odd Paladin before, you know I'm not a big fan of Stormwind champion in Odd Paladin. I'm more a fan of, you know, getting the job done with Vine Cleavers and earlier game minions, rather than relying on the kind of big dorky 7-drops. So I cut both of those, chucked the two Witches Cauldrons in there, to see how they go. If you haven't seen Odd Paladin before, obviously it focuses on Baku the Moon Eater. All cards in our deck are odd, so it upgrades our hero power. The upgraded Paladin hero power spits out not one, but two Silverhand recruits, which makes it very easy to get onto the board. It's also a very high value hero power, so you know you can use that in place of playing minions from your hand. And what you'll find is once you do get to the mid game, you still have a whole bunch of resources left, and because we're playing so many 1-drops, the deck's quite granular, so you can, you know, hero power and still deploy two other things in the same turn. And the coin is very valuable for this deck as well, because it can let you cheat out a level up a turn earlier. And level up's kind of one of the main payoff cards usually for Odd Paladin. Means your opponent does have to, you know, always be conscious of killing your Silverhand recruits, because all of a sudden if you're leveling up, you know, 5 or 6 Silverhand recruits, you're talking about 10, 12 attack, 12 toughness worth of stats, and most of that could have charge if there are already Silverhand recruits on the board. So other than that, obviously Witch's Cauldron fits very well into Odd Paladin because we are a board-focused deck. We can vomit a bunch of things onto the board, and Witch's Cauldron, we can use it proactively when we are ahead of our opponent in order to trade and gain more value from those trades. Or we can use it kind of as a defensive card, particularly when we've landed a card like Stonehill Defender or a card like Righteous Protector. We can use it defensively, sit it behind a taunt, make our opponent trade into us, because they're always going to have to attack those taunts. They're always looking to trade into our Silverhand recruits as well, and it kind of creates this really tough trading situation for our opponent. Outside of that, if you haven't seen Odd Paladin before, definitely go check out the other videos we've got on the channel. But without further ado, let's jump in and let's brew up some wins, chef up some wins. Let's go. Okay. Here against the Rogue.
I will fight with honor.
Now, I think we're definitely keeping Corridor Creeper. We'll probably keep this Firefly as well. This selection here is actually quite a lot of our high win percentage cards. Firefly as the 1-drop. We've got Corridor Creeper as one of our highest win rate cards in general. This very quietly one of the best cards in the deck. And Unidentified Maul as well. So I think we might kick back the Argent Squire. This Firefly will help us fill in the curve. Hopefully we get a good Maul. And we're hoping to mulligan into maybe a 5-drop, level up, something like that. Raid Leader, also quite good, especially if we hit recruits off of this Maul.
None will survive.
This is definitely a matchup where I think we would actually partially hope that our opponent is Odd Rogue, just because Odd Rogue is significantly less likely to run Fan of Knives. Especially lately, we've seen a lot of Odd Rogues start cutting away at that 3-drop slot. We did get recruits off the Maul. This Kingsbane. Could be Kingsbane, could be Death Rattle. Maybe they're just teching one of these to get some Necreum Blades. Happy to trade here. Get this creeper ticking down. But yeah, 68% with the even shaman. That's a really good percentage. And you know, if you're trying to crack that top 1,000, then you know, all you got to do is put more time in, right? How much Hearthstone do you play per week? ECW test points. So I don't think we want to fully expose ourselves to Fan of Knives just yet. I think we'll just hero power up, get another flame elemental down.
That minion will turn to get ready.
And make sure that the turn that we do decide to capitalize on this stuff, that we are ready to go. Up against Australia. Kingsbane, we got Lifesteal. Don't have Lifesteal. I think that's the most important card for our opponents. It's going to be the Lifesteal buff for the Kingsbane.
Let me think. Handle it! The battle! The battle! Reporting position. The battle!
New streamer myself. Just about a month on Twitch and play competitively almost daily with random days off. Well, I'll definitely chuck you a follow then. Always looking for more people, more Hearthstone streamers to send some raids. Whereabouts are you from? You a Australian guy? American? Europe? Alright, our opponent going the grindy route with the Doomerang. Okay. Yes, that does remove the raid leader. So I think we want a Witch's Cauldron and then maybe go for the Silver Hands. For the Hero Power. Could also go for Champion's Maul. Champion's Maul Hero Power, which sets us up for a huge level up. I guess it's do they have Fan of Knives? Or do they not?
I wonder.
Yeah, I think we'll go for the
justice.
Go for the Maul. It's just a very good turn to deploy it. If they do have the Fan, then hopefully we can get back into things with the Vine Cleaver. They are getting pretty low. This is a good Maul plus Cauldron beats Fan of Knives. It does, but it doesn't give us the big level up potential next turn, or it reduces some of our level up potential. And I think that's what we want to. What we want to go for. Is just a huge level up. Fake. Did they misclick? Maybe they were making the play that's like hoping that we don't have it.
The battle! The battle!
Just got the notification there, but no worries. American on NA server. Ah. Well, if you're on it, or if you're watching out, then you are probably on it all times of the day. So happy to. I'll come check you out next time. Up against the Rogue here. Yeah, Maul plus Cauldron. That's like hedging your bets to the most bet hedging play, I think. Like, you could certainly be way more conservative and go fully down the Cauldron route, or you could do what we did, which was more the aggressive. Like, if they don't have the answer now, then they're dead. If they do have the answer, we've still got a game plan, but it's much weaker without the Cauldron on board. Odd Rogue, just as we were saying. Yeah, I think this is the first Odd Rogue we've faced in a hot minute though. So, but we're chefing them up a good turn sequence, especially if they have the boss hog, the young thug. Ooh, that's really interesting.
Reporting for duty.
I fight.
Kinda. If they're gonna go for the Hench Clan Thug here, I really like this play. This is, when I was playing Odd Rogue, this is what I liked to do, is make sure that when you do deploy the Thug, you've got a 2 durability dagger up. Especially in these kind of this kind of matchup. Because it's gonna be so hard for us to kill this Hench Clan Thug, whilst also trying to build our board.
Of my jungle.
I do like the Righteous Protector for next turn.
I fight.
Now, do they keep this dagger up? No. Maybe re-dagger? Which may mean that they don't have a proactive 3-drop. They've got reactive ones. So this is the people stopped playing the Argent Squires, started playing Crystallizers, I think. So Crystallizers and Diamols.
The light dim, the light dim. We fight,
Reporting for duty.
I guess we could have gone for Protector, Protector, Coin, Cauldron. 2 triggers on the Cauldron. Would have been pretty interesting. There are 2 lists floating around. Lists for what? One with Argents and Blink Foxes. And the other, the Crystallizer one plays Fledgling. Yeah, Odd Rogue does it. You actually have quite a lot of choices with Odd Rogue. It's very interesting. People definitely underestimate how like you compare the variants in Odd Rogue lists versus the variants in, for instance, Tempo Mage, where you know, at most lists were like 2 cards different.
I wonder. Mushroom power! The battle! The battle!
We're gonna lean a bit on this Vine Cleaver to get us back in the game. It's gonna cost us a lot of health to do so. Yeah, so Odd Rogue, like, you've got a couple of different choices at 1-drops. You know, I think most Odd Rogue decks that I've seen are definitely playing Deckhands and Fireflies. But beyond that, it's really up to you. You see a lot of decks playing Diamol. Now we see people playing Crystallizer as well. They're very good minions to use early, to trade early, particularly against Odd Paladin. They also have... it's always good to throw a Cold Blood. It feels better to throw a Cold Blood on a high toughness minion rather than trying to rely on, say, you know, on a Firefly or a 1/1 Argent Squire or something like that. Argent Squire good for trading, not so much good outside of that. These double Cobalt Scale Bands though. Ooh, probably going to put us out of the game. I mean, we're not dead next turn.
Reporting for duty.
I just don't think we'll be very alive next turn. Scalebane, yep, Scalebane, the new hotness. Without Giggling Inventor. It's interesting that interesting that people kind of just cut the giggling and chucked in just the nearest available 5-drop, the nearest relevant 5-drop. Especially because you'd think Scalebane goes really well with Giggling Inventor. But I guess Fungal goes better with most of those kind of lists.
Reporting for duty.
Let's go.
The battle.
Have as much attack as you want. We're on 1. It's irrelevant. Get through these boys. I think it works the same. People definitely don't want to leave it unchecked. Opposite sides of the spectrum too, with Giggling Inventor and Scalebane. Yeah, obviously one being super defensive, the other being like aggressive, but requiring you to have board presence. So it's like a get more ahead kind of card. We're gonna kill our opponent. What is this? 7, 11. Oh my gosh, the banana lethal.
Thank you. The battle.
The banana lethal.
The battle. Reporting for duty.
Oh my gosh, where's my banana shirt? Big thanks to our opponent there. I'd like to thank the Academy. Oh, tremendous. Okay, up against the Warlock.
I will fight with honor.
Lost in the Jungle, not my favourite card, especially against Warlock, but we'll keep the jungle in the mall. If we can pick up a Corridor Creeper, that'll be great.
None will survive.
So, see if we're up against, say, Zoolock. We did get an okay maul. Not the best maul against Zoolock.
Why do you call?
Why do you maul?
Truth is found.
Ooh, okay. This is going to be a very different game with the Keleseth on the board.
Reporting for duty.
The light dims, but we fight.
So we're making this play here so that next turn we can we have a really good maul. This would hopefully stop them getting a nice trade in, so our maul's going to hit a bunch of different targets. Then hopefully we can use those to stay in the game stay on the board for a couple of turns. Ooh, off the top too. Jeez. Opponent is not playing around today. ECW Taz, I'm out for the night, Tommy. Thanks for the Taz entrance and good luck the rest of the stream. No worries, good luck on your quest to top 1000. And I'll hopefully see you soon.
For justice. The battle. The battle.
So that fungal enchanter really goofed us up. Having to trade 2 hits into that Voidwalker was brutal, and the fact that it's a 4/4 as well. Oof. So a lot of this is going to be about trying to keep the pressure on and, you know, not let our opponent tap, actually make it so that we are playing a resource-based game.
To battle for justice.
The light dims, but we fight intensely.
Reporting for duty.
Getting these divine shields on the board with the raid leader in hand. This is a good one. Even though our opponent did have that fungal enchanter, they didn't have a big follow-up. They didn't have a happy ghoul. I think, yeah, obviously if they had they got the ghoul now, and it'd have to be upgraded if it is. No. And we got the level up. Okay. Thrusters a go.
Handle it. Reporting for duty.
Repent! I fight.
The battle! The battle!
So you have the setup to potentially go for the for a 6 wide buff, which unless our opponent's teching the Hellfire.
Who dares
They're certainly not. Where's this coming? It's coming for our war leader, coming for our face. War leader it is.
reporting for duty? The battle!
I fight.
The battle! The battle! The battle!
Alright. There you go, opponent. If they did have the Hellfire, oh my gosh. What a sick one. Okay. Chain Gang's pretty good, but now we have the Cauldron. Cauldron in play. Level up is stupid. Well, yeah. Yeah, it is. A little bit.
I fight.
The battle!
Oh yeah.
The battle! The battle! The battle! The battle!
Alright, well, a lot of cards. This Froshock's pretty useful. Primal Talismans? This card's not very good.
Mushroom power!
Ooh. So our opponent doesn't get to get a fledgling lightning storm. Ho 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 ho.
My hand is too
No, the lethal.
That was a mistake.
Hmm. Boo. Another Primal Talismans. My gosh.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
We're gonna summon so many totems, which is great for all these shaman spells we're getting. That's the revenge for the banana lethal, right? Burning that vine cleaver.
Mushroom power!
It's a big boy. Soulfire the dome, not the cauldron. Would make us burn a card. +1 attack, you say? Well, that is lethal.
The battle! The battle! The battle! The battle!
We won't BM our opponent by playing all these primal talismans. Get it done. Awesome. So let's take a look at this deck. Ultimately, I was pretty happy with the inclusion of Witch's Cauldron into this Paladin deck. I think you know, a lot of those games we won off the very typical odd Paladin starts, the strength of cards like Corridor Creeper, the strength of cards like Unidentified Mole, and of course Level Up, but just punching through and winning us a lot of games that we definitely didn't deserve to win. As far as how powerful Witch's Cauldron is, I'm not 100% on it yet. I think it's going to take quite a few more games to figure out exactly how strong it is, but it definitely provided us a lot of interactions where we were able to gain value off of our opponent having the right card in the right situation. You know, it gave us a pretty good out to cards like Fan of Knives and these kinds of things. It was also very well protected in a deck that has, you know, 2 Stonehill Defenders, 2 Righteous Protectors as well. There weren't many situations where, you know, dropping the Witch's Cauldron was just going to get it killed. I think the hero power also helps that. You know, we always have something very high value that we can do for 2 mana, so we're never forced in situations to just like have a kind of weak turn. I think all of our turns felt pretty strong. But yeah, if you are watching this video on YouTube, all the links are down in the description, including a link over to the Hearthstone deck article, which I'll put up. So jump over there, give me a +1, give me a +1, not someone else. And leave a lovely, thoughtful comment for me, as I know you will. And until next time, stay safe, stay wavy, and level up all the boys. Bye.